Salute, 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 black men. Uh, when you see in the comment section when I do a video on these non FBA quiches, right? I know I don't know if it irks you the way it irks me. It's really annoying seeing dudes say, "Hey, she's non FBA" when I do a video on them because it tells me that you're holding out for an FBA Keisha when you do that. Because to point out she's non FBA is to say that she's different from FBA Keishas. And with all the evidence that I presented at the table, historical facts, not just me, brothers in the comment section, not just me, brothers in the Patreon, if you're there, with everything we presented at the table, if you still believe that, then that means that you're still holding out for Keisha, and therefore you don't belong over here. You don't belong over here. Step off. Because from time and time again, they have shown us that they are all the same globally. No matter where they at, they're all the same globally. And Salima Masakila, right? That's the guy this guy right here. This was her last chance at a relationship. And when I mean a relationship, I mean a relationship that probably can go into marriage. They've been together for a while. But when you have a past like she does, you're probably not going to get married. You're probably going to be on tizzy tours. She was rumored to be with so many people, and understand something, black man. When you see these singers and these actresses, they're rumored to be with somebody. That just means tizzy tour. Rumored mean tizzy tour. They took you on a tizzy tour, but never made it public. Never made the relationship public. That's all it means. She was rumored to be with Jared Leto, Michael B. Jordan, even Janae Monell. Justin Timberlake. These are all tizzy tours. So when you have a past like that, and those are tizzy tours that are rumored. We're not even talking about the ones that's behind the door, behind closed doors. That's all these actresses and actors do. They just sleep around with each other. So when you get into a relationship with somebody, they notice. They decide to stay in a relationship, but they notice, so they're probably using you just as much as you're using them. What does that mean? She's probably using them for emotional support, probably using them, for a relationship, things that she cannot get from relationship, and he's probably using her just for tizzy tours and headlines. Who knows? But it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Especially when your bride worship is apparent. She was with a dude named Nan. I believe that's his name. Black dude, right? 2013. He wanted the relationship to work. She didn't. She ended the relationship. Thought that she can get better than him and ended up with this guy. Okay, you got with this guy. This is it. Nope. The relationship ends. And then she started, saying that her heart was broken and, she don't know who to trust and this and that. No, 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 no. No, what did he do? What did he do? So you know that's all cap when they start talking like that, being vague, because they have no problem saying if he cheated on her or not, and even who he cheated with. They got no problem saying that. That sympathy bag is real. They got no problem saying that. So when they're being vague, that's them being disingenuous about the relationship. What happened? No, it didn't work out, and most likely you're the reason. And the reason why I say most likely is because of what she did next. See, everything you do after a situation describes your character. It describes your character. Like, say for instance, right? Say for instance, uh, me and somebody else, we used to be friends. We used to be close friends. We're no longer close friends anymore. We're no longer close friends anymore. So now we're having disagreements with each other, and all of a sudden I go I go and post his wife, talking about his wife. I go and post his situation. I go and post his financial situation. I go and talk about all that. That shows my character is flawed. That shows my character is less than stellar. That's a disgusting person right there, right? Somebody that does that. How many times we seen that on YouTube? Dudes fall out and all of a sudden they talking about each other's girlfriends, they talking about each other's situations. That shows who you are. If I was to do something like that, that shows what type of character I have. Because regardless of if we have a we have a disagreement, regardless if we fall out, right, black men, regardless if you fall out with somebody that you used to be close with, y'all can't even stand each other, you would still have enough respect based off the old relationship, right, that y'all had. Just off of that, just off the strength that we used to be cool, I'm not going to do you filthy. That's how that's supposed to go. Just off the strength of how tight we was back in the days, I'm not going to go that route because we used to be cool. And that means something. That means something. We ain't cool no more, but we used to be cool. So I'm not going to do you like that. That's what shows a person's true character after the fact. And the reason why I'm saying talking about her and her character is because right after they, you know, they split, she gets with Joshua Jackson. Not only does she get with Joshua Jackson, she get with Joshua Jackson while he is still married. He's going through a divorce, but he's still married. Not only is he still married, he was going through a divorce with another Keisha and she's an actress also. Now, how foul is that? You know they've been in circles together. You know they've been on sets together. She knew that they were going through a difficult, it's a difficult time to when you get divorced. She knew that would bother Keisha, the Jody Smith Turner. She knew that. Keisha would do Keisha dirty in a heartbeat for Brad. They would do each other dirty for Brad. And Jody Smith Turner had to play it off like she was cool with it. And the reason why Jody Smith Turner and Joshua Jackson ended up getting a divorce is because he was spotted with a Becky, few Beckys that were models. Spotted out. He didn't care. He didn't care about paparazzi. He was spotted kissing them, holding hands. And she couldn't take it. She couldn't take that. He rather be with a Becky. He'd rather be with a Becky. And when she got with Joshua Jackson, right? When she got with Joshua Jackson, Jody Smith Turner, Keisha's was just patting their wigs, clapping their hands, just so happy about the situation. You think they were getting something out of it. Afterwards, not after the situation, they were saying, "Oh, that was an unhealthy marriage." That's not what y'all was saying before. It's not what y'all was saying before. They were saying that you could tell that it was going to be an unhealthy marriage. What? What are you talking about? And he did that, right? While they had children. Got children with her. He have children with her. And he was out there doing that. While she was home with the kids, he was out there taking model Becky on Tizzy tours. This is the upstanding, right? Upscale Brad that they always talking about. So he gets with Lupita. And we was like, black men already knew what it is. It's the Brad worship. But not only is it Brad worship, Joshua Jackson is cold out in these acting streets, right? This Dawson Creek, right? Lupita is where? She has won an Academy Award and a Daytime Emmy Award. She has been nominated for 2 British Academy Film Awards. She's out here, she's out here getting Best Supporting Actress awards. You know, she's in blockbuster movies. Where you going with that, AC? Where we going? Oh, what I'm saying is, when it comes to Brad, they don't mind at all. They don't mind stepping down for Brad. They don't mind dating down for Brad. They don't mind. He doesn't have to have good character, right? He doesn't have to have money. And when I mean money, I'm talking about as much money as she has. No, they don't. You see, Serena Williams, her husband, is worth a few million. I think he's worth like 5-6 million. That's something, right? But that's nothing compared to 120 million. So, you know, it just it's always the same with these Keishas. It is always the same. It's always the same. She's worth 10 million, 10, 12 million. He's worth like 6 to 8 million. And the thing is, her income can increase with just a couple of movies. People will go see it. Keisha's will go see it. Who's going to see Joshua Jackson? What I'm saying, black men, is this this behavior will never change. It's always been around. It's always been around. You have to be you have to be a law abiding, upstanding, upscale. Your character has to be intact. You have to be definitely can't be married. You got to be physically fit. You got to be tall. You have to be all these things. You got to be financially stable to where you could take care of yourself and her. And Brad could just come through. That's it. Brad could just show up. He don't have to do anything. And you know what she said? R.I.P. to KS. KS predicted a lot of these things with these Keishas, man. Telling you, he was trying to help them, and they wearing, Kevin Samuel shirts, mocking his demise, and he was trying to help them. You know what she said? She said that her cat has opened up her heart to love again. after this breakup with Joshua Jackson. She said her cat. Think the cat name is Yo-Yo or something. You're going to be the cat lady. KS came through and he tried to help them. That's why, black men, you should never forget how they treated this man when all he did was try to help him. Every day we saw him on his live stream talking to these Keishas that he didn't have to talk to. Didn't have to talk to. Every day he was talking to them, was patient. Tried to tell them their mistakes, what they were doing wrong, how they were programmed. Really trying to help them. So when you see somebody like me say, hey, man, you're doing yourself a disservice even talking to them. You're doing yourself a disservice by even trying to help them. When you see people like me say things like that, you got to remember KS was trying to help them. And when he passed, all they did was celebrate. I want y'all to remember this. I swear, I don't want y'all to ever forget what they did with KS at all. I want y'all to always remember that Don Imus, when he passed, Keisha said nothing. Don Imus called them nappy-headed 304s on national television. When he passed, you heard nothing. Nothing. Everybody knew he passed. Keisha knew he passed. When he passed, that was the first thing they brought up. When he passed, that was the only thing that came up. The controversy came up. You know, when you pass, right, and you had controversial moments in your life, those are the things they bring up. No matter if it's controversial moments from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, when you pass, that's what they bring up. He passed and they brung that up. You didn't see no Keishas say anything about him. You ain't see no Keishas celebrating his demise. Nothing. Don Imus didn't sit up countless hours trying to help them, trying to talk with them, trying to reason with them. But KS got all the smoke for trying to help. And even after he's gone, they still want to disrespect the man. Don't forget none of this, man. Don't forget none of this. You ask what's the difference? You know, you got dudes that say, Becky, Keisha, Maria, there's really no difference. Yeah, of course you're gonna say that, simp. You're trying to get with Keisha. You still on the plantation. You don't know how to get off of it. You've been under her wing so long, you don't know how to operate not being under the wing. So of course you'll say something like that. But here's the difference. You would never see this type of behavior from Becky or Maria to any one of the people in their communities, talking to them, trying to help them, and not just telling them what they want to hear. No, they don't get that type of treatment. Hector don't get that type of treatment. Brad don't get that type of treatment. Black men, if Tom Likas was to pass tomorrow, Becky's will not be coming out of the woodworks clapping their hands. You would not see a bunch of Beckys celebrating Tom Likas' demise. If you don't know who he is, look him up. A lot of y'all know who he is. But he was saying a lot of these things to Becky's. He was saying a lot of these things to Becky's. We talking about in 2008, 2009. He was telling these Becky's the same thing. Don't get out in these streets if you have kids looking for a better deal. The difference is he didn't get this type of pushback that KS got from Keisha's. And if he was to pass today, you would not see them clapping their hands, celebrating, throwing parties, and all wearing t-shirts. You know, she's done out here. It's finito in the sun for her. She's done out here. She is done out here. As far as relationships, you're finito in the sun. Finito in the sun. I don't know. I don't know why you Keishas are over here. I'm noticing I have to I have to block them, block a lot more. I don't know why y'all over here. I really don't know why you're over here. I got an idea, but you don't get a voice over here, Keisha. You don't. Let me explain to you, Keisha, why these simps give you a voice on their channels. You could become moderators over there. You can have an opinion, a voice. The reason why they don't mind having you over there, and the reason why they're thirsty, just like you, for attention from you, like you thirsty for attention from them. The reason why is because these content creators don't get attention from women in their real life. Black men, that's the honest truth. They don't get attention from women in their real life. When they go outside, they're not turning no heads. When they go outside, there's no women chasing them down. You see how they dress. You see how they dress. When they do these live streams, you see how they dress. I'm not talking about their physical appearance. I'm talking about how they present themselves. These dudes be in their 40s. Be in their 40s. Wearing fitted caps, t-shirts, fake jewelry, all that. They just be looking crazy. And even the shirts they match, even the shirts, even the hats they wear don't even match with the shirts. But these dudes be looking like teenagers. These dudes don't even be having lineups. Not hair, not groom. These dudes be looking crazy. So you're not going to convince me you out there getting women attention. The way you present yourself matters. The way you present yourself matters. When you see dudes get in front of the camera, right? And they got on, a blazer, a button-down shirt, you know, they got, their haircut and everything. You got to look at them and say, okay, these guys actually care about their image. They care about how they present themselves. That matters, black men. That does matter. That does matter. Look your best. You're about to be on your page, on your channel, in front of hundreds, maybe thousands of people. You got to look your best. You got to look your best. And when you dress right, women gravitate towards brothers that know how to dress right. I'm telling you, it's a difference. It's a difference. It's a difference. Go outside with a nice suit on. Go a nice suit on. It may you don't even have to have the tie on. Just go outside. Nice pair of loafers on. Nice little blazer, slacks. Go outside. You just finished you just got your hair diced up. Got sprayed some good cologne on you, whatever cologne you usually wear. So it's a lot out there. Care about your appearance. These dudes are not used to women approaching them. These dudes are not used to women saying something to them, pursuing them. They're not used to it. They're not used to it, black men. They're not used to it. A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about, man. You be in a grocery store, you be in a mall or whatever. You're walking and not all the women, but you get a couple of heads to turn. You get a couple of heads to turn when you walk, especially when you know you wearing that. Especially when you know you came out to impress. Go to a lounge. Go to a function. Go to a hall. A dinner function. Wherever it is you're going, when you put that on, you know what I mean when I put that on. There's a certain section in the closet when you're trying to impress. You put that on, you're going to get heads to turn. They don't know nothing about that. So any type of attention from these Keishas, they salivating over it. And another thing is that's the only type of attention they can get. It's Keisha. That's the only attention they can get. It's from Keisha's. Because it's so easy to relate to Keisha. It's so easy to spark a conversation with Keisha. It's so easy to interest Keisha. All you have to do is talk about Sexy Red, Glorilla, reality TV, and you in there like swimwear. You in there like swimwear. You don't have to do nothing to get her attention. All you have to do to get Keisha attention is to show up with some Jordans on, a couple of fake Cuban chains, and you in there. Show up with some tattoos of Black and Mild in your mouth, and you in there. Show up with a blunt and some Hennessy. Strike the Hennessy. Show up with a blunt and some E&J, and you in there. Strike the E&J. Parmesan. You sure? This is the reason why they let Keisha be over there, is because they're not used to any type of action outside of that YouTube channel. They let anybody over there. Anybody. Any Keisha, Becky, Maria. This is not only this is a no Keisha zone, this is a no Becky zone. This is a no Maria zone. This is just a black man space. That's it. Why I don't care about their input or anything over here? Because I don't care what they have to say. I live my life like that. I could care less what a Becky, Maria, or Keisha have to say. When I go outside, I turn heads. I turn Becky and Maria heads. I don't know about Keisha. I'm not paying attention to Keisha. Keisha's invisible to me. I'm not around no Keishas. But if I was, definitely they looking. They have no choice but to look. We know what to do in the world out there. We know how to dress. We know what to drive. We know how to move. We know a lot of these things. We're clean individuals. We keep our appearance up to par. So when you go out the door, you already know if you really wanted to, you can get back, you can go back to the 90s. You go back to the 90s just collecting phone numbers. If you really wanted to, especially in today's day and age, it's not phone numbers no more. It's Instagram, it's real weird out there. But if you wanted to, you can go out there and bag whoever you want. Bag whoever you want. You want to bag that Maria, bag that Becky? When I mean bag, I'm talking about getting her information so you can contact her. I know some of the slang is just too old for a lot of people. But these content creators know nothing about that. Black men, they know nothing about this lifestyle. They know nothing about that. That's why they be thirsting. That's why they be thirsting for any type of attention from women. online on the YouTube channel, thirsting. Because they don't get none of that in real life. I kicked Becky out. I kicked Maria out. I kicked Marrakesh out. I remember one live, I kicked like 3, 4 Americans. They came out of nowhere. I kicked some out. I kicked Keisha out. I kicked Ling Ling out. Care about your input. Ain't no simps over here. Could care less about your input. Care less what you got. I don't care about your opinion. And that's the problem with a lot of those channels. How you supposed to build as men if you too busy worrying about their opinions? That's the problem. Stay out of men's business. Stop simping. You know, I saw there's this Maria who go from channel to channel. You may know who I'm talking about. She go from channel to channel, all up in black men business. Channel to channel. She has her own channel. Nope, don't put no content up there or nothing. She just posts. She's always just posting herself walking. But let me tell you something, right? I noticed her, in my comment section, and I'm like, I started, deleting the comments, like, get out of here. But then I keep seeing her, pop up here and there in other content creators comment section. So I clicked on her page. You know what I saw in those videos she was just posting, walking and stuff like that? I saw a lot of these dudes that be in this space simping. Simping. And I blocked them. And they still asking, AC, why you block me? They still don't know. Simping over this basic Maria. I saw a bunch of them. I said, this is nasty work right here. She's not doing any. She don't even have any content. That's the content. Her walking. Her showing her dressed in warm. You look like she got her clothes out. No. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But she just wasn't fly, man. What else can I say? I that's the best I got. She wasn't fly, man. And you saw the simping as if she was it's like she was fly or something. You would think she was bad. She wasn't. She has square built buns. Shoulders are square. Average in the face, right? Average. But if you look in the comment section, you swear she was what was that? What was her name? What was that? What was her name, man? God, now I got not Mendez. What was her name? Eva Mendez. That's what I. You would swear she was a young Eva Mendez. Remember Eva Mendez when she was young? When she was in her 20s? You would swear she was a 23, 24-year-old Eva Mendez. 25-year-old Eva Mendez. You swear that's her, that the way they were simping, you would swear that was her. You would swear that was her. And I was like, oh, this is nasty. This is nasty. This is very nasty. These dudes really don't know nothing about women or talk to women or be around women outside of YouTube. Anything outside of YouTube, they don't, and that's the reason why they accept them over there. That's the reason why they talk to them over there. That's the reason why they be on panels over there. That's the reason why they let them be on panels over there talking crazy to them. Because they don't get no other type of attention outside of those panels and channels. That's the only way they get to actually talk to them. Which is pathetic because who wants to talk to a Keisha? But that's what it really is, black man. That's what it really is. I could care less about any of their opinions. You don't matter over here. You don't matter over here. I don't care. I don't want your attention. I get attention when I go outside the door. When I step outside, I get all the attention I want. I don't need your attention on YouTube. You crazy? It's just insane. It's just insane, black man. It's just insane. It's just insane. The simping. So anyway, I went off. Listen, salute the black men. Salute the brothers in the Patreon. Salute to brothers who are actually waking up more and more, saying, enough of dealing with these Keishas, enough of dealing with anything they got going on. They're moving away from them, staying away from them, doing the right thing, getting their mind together. I always tell brothers, instead of dealing with Keishas, get your money up, man. Get your money up. You know a great way to get your money up? People be talking about, let me before I end this video, people are always, broke people too, always telling you to get your money up by having different streams of this or different streams of that, which is cool. Which is cool. If you can have multiple streams of income, that's cool. But a lot of times, what a lot of brothers fail to realize is that if you want extra money, it's already there at your fingertips where you work at already. It's already there. It's already there. If you're putting in, especially if you're on the clock, if you're putting in 40, 48 hours, instead of getting a second job, you're looking for a second job for maybe like 12 hours. Instead of doing that, do 60 hours at the job you're already at. Do that. You're a truck driver, take more, do more runs. You work in a warehouse, do more hours. Security, what I'm saying is a lot of you brothers already have the extra income at the place where you already work at. A lot of you already have the extra income there. So before you start looking for other jobs to for to get extra income, right? Look to see what you can do at the company, business, wherever you work at. Look to see what you can do there to make more money, because at there you don't have to go through another process of interviews or this or whatever it is. You already have it at your fingertips. Does that make sense? A friend of mine, his nephew worked at a warehouse, and he said he's looking for a second job. I was like, you work at a warehouse? I was like, is there overtime available? He said always. I was like, well, that's your second job. I was like, why go look for another job when you could just do 8 more hours there, 12 hours, however much more money you looking for, you could do it there. And you know what he say? So I never even thought of it like that. Started doing more hours. Didn't have to go look for another job. It's right there. Anyway, salute the black men. Peace. Stay Keisha free. And also enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend, all right?